Hey friends, it's Jen from Gold Nutrition. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're giving my half-letter planner a November glow up. So if that sounds good to you, then just keep watching. Today we are going to give my half-letter planner a little refresh, a little glow up. We're just gonna do what I like to do, which is change the covers and some of the dashboards and just freshen it up, make it feel fresh. It makes it fun. I've come to realize I really am a seasonal planner, and the mood inside my planner is just important to me. And so I like to change it up from month to month. Is it necessary? Nope. But is it fun? Yes. So that's what we're going to do today. We're also going to get my wellness section revamped a little bit because I had shown in previous setups that I bought some undated inserts from Fancy Plans Co. to try, and I never really did get them going, but I want to this month. So we're also going to get that all squared away. So I have a lot to do and not so much time to do it. So let's get started. So here's my current setup. I have a cover and dashboard and tour card kind of little setup for my cover this month from the Jane's Agenda October edition of the Monthly Cover Club, which is a subscription from Jane's Agenda that I've really been enjoying. I have unboxings. It just started in September, this version of her subscription, and I do have unboxings of September, October, and November up on my channel if you're interested in checking those out. These discs were from the Happy Planner, and then I have all my fun little goodies in my Moterm cover. So I don't know with 100% certainty yet if I'm going to stay in the Moterm. I kind of want to, but I haven't completely decided. I think I'll decide that at the end. But I do know that I am going to switch my covers and discs this month because I want to use the cover and dashboards from the September subscription box, which I haven't used yet. And so I'm going to go ahead and get that cover onto discs, and then we will get the planner set up from there. The foundation is laid for my planner, so I'm going to start getting her going. So this is dashboard I use as an inbox. So for me, how I use an inbox is that I just like to put sticky notes on it. I usually had to pause and take a bunch off because some of them had some private information. But I really like this dashboard. Now the difference between the dashboard and the laminated covers, if you're wondering, because I was wondering, is that these are thinner. And that's nice, so it doesn't overly bulk up your planner. Whereas these covers, they're much more sturdy, and yeah, the covers are great. I've never had any issue with them. All right, so behind that, we need a dashboard. So I was thinking of using this one since I'm doing a moody floral kind of theme. This one I had purchased recently, and if you're new to Jane's Agenda, she does offer dashboards and covers and things in a variety of disc bound and ring sizes. And if you've never shopped with her, you can use my affiliate link to save 15%, just not on the sub boxes. I do earn a commission, so if you use it, I thank you so much. So do I like that? I think I do. I think I like that. Okay, so that's going to be my inbox. Then I have these little agenda pages that are Erin Condren. I have not really kept up with these, but the good news is that I haven't kept up with them because I was really busy working on a lot of the steps, and these steps continued, and some of it kind of happened in a time I wasn't expecting because of just how the way things fell. So we've been very busy. If you didn't catch my goal section setup, I'll link that for you. But just long story short, we were doing a lot of work in the house. I was moving my office and filming space into the basement so that we could set up our bedroom in that room, and yeah, just change some things up. Actually, I'm not going to use this page finder right now. So yeah, I've still continued with goal setting. I just didn't really write it all down this month, but I'm very excited, you guys, because I just ordered my first Moxie Life, and you know, I talked a bit about this on Instagram, and I don't know if I've talked a little bit about it here, but I don't know if I've talked about it as much. This is a glass divider from Cloth and Paper, by the way, if you're wondering, that I've labeled with my label maker. This starts where I have my monthly and weeklies. So kind of want to keep the same dashboard I was using. It's cute. So I think I'll do that. There's a vellum. There's a vellum that came with it. It is rose gold, but I kind of want to use it again. It's really pretty. So I'm going to put that there. We'll see. If I change my mind, I'll take it back out. That's the wonderful thing about discbound. What was I saying? Oh, yes, the house. So we were just doing a lot. Oh, that's right, the Moxie Life. So I love goal setting. You know, it's in the name, Goal Nutrition. If you don't know, I'm a registered dietitian, and I've worked in the hospital the majority of my career. I'm thinking about if I want October in here. So typically, I've always kept 3 months at a time, at least, in whatever is kind of my catch-all or on-the-go planner. And I usually would like the month before, the current month, and the month after. I've done it a little differently in this planner. And I'm going to be changing my setup for 2023. I think I'm not going to put October in here. I'm just going to start with November. So anyway, I love goal setting. I really fell back in love with planning and with goal setting when I started to start my business, Goal Nutrition. So I'm a registered dietitian. I also when I got my master's degree in nutrition, I did a certification in health coaching. So I started my business, you know, just as dietetic services, you know. Then I also built in the coaching aspect. And so I was offering dietitian coaching services. And so, yeah, goal setting was very important to me in building that business, but also in the work I would do with my clients. Oh, okay, that's right. So I was talking and I really didn't tell you. I will do a flip through at the end because I probably will keep talking, so maybe I won't tell you everything as I go. But I do have Erin Condren monthlies and a dashboard that I had adapted in from an A5. So I'm going to clip it to this front page of the weekly inserts, which are from Jane's agenda. Yeah, I'm gonna chit chat as I set this up, and then I'll explain all that stuff as we do the final flip through. So yes, goal setting, very, very important to me. But here's what happened. When I started Goal Nutrition, I ran myself into the ground because I was still working. I work part-time. At that time, I was working part-time in the hospital. I am a mother to a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old. And so the only time I had to do my coaching or to work on building the business was at night. But I wake up very early in the morning. And so yeah, I was not sleeping much. I was just, yeah, I ran myself into the ground. I went gung-ho. I got a lot accomplished, a lot done, but I just ran myself into the ground. And then on top of that, I became very stressed for personal reasons, work reasons. There were reasons. And I just got very overwhelmed. So when 2021 came into play, which of course was still in the middle of the pandemic, I kind of started to struggle a bit. So in 2021, I was still going, but I started to struggle more. And by the time 2022 came around, which at that point, you all know, we'd been through the pandemic and all of that. And I mean, is it really over? I don't know. And I had to take a step back. So I did. I still kept posting on Planning Gold, which if you don't follow me on Instagram, that's my planner account. I was a rep for Chris Creates Plans for a while. But I love decorative planning, and that's where I share most of that. So, yeah, so that's what I was doing. And I was doing that, but I wasn't really posting to Gold Nutrition so much. I kind of, part of what happened too was that I took a new job. I transitioned during 2021, I transitioned to a diabetes and nutrition center, which I absolutely loved my job there. But I had a lot to learn, and I really needed to focus on that because I take what I do very seriously, and I wanted to make sure that, I'm doing the right thing. But I also was just still feeling really worn out, burned out, all of that stuff. So when 2022 came around, I was in denial about what a hard time I was having, but I decided at some point in that year that I couldn't set goals. I wasn't going to set goals. I was just going to give myself a chance to restore. And I'm sharing this. It's not easy to share, but I'm sharing it because I want you to know that sometimes that's what you have to do. And it wasn't easy to do that. It wasn't easy to feel like I was ignoring what I really wanted for myself. But I had to. And what I mean is that I didn't pursue new clients. I didn't relaunch the Well Planned Goals Group coaching program at the time that I'd intended. And that's a whole nother story. That was an awesome chapter in my story. But yeah, that's a story for another day if you're interested. Did I go? Oh, I know. Yeah, all right. But yeah, what I mean is that I just focused on work, on being a mom, and I say just, but all of that was a lot. And I didn't really pressure myself too much, except that I definitely care very much about this YouTube channel and continued to work on that. But otherwise, I didn't worry about it. And at some point, I started to feel a little better, a little more motivated to try things. But I still haven't jumped full in. And, getting back into my wellness goals, that's been the biggest struggle for me, which is frankly feels embarrassing to say when I'm a registered dietitian, when I'm counseling people every day on taking good care of their health. And I just couldn't do what I wanted to do. And I've thought a lot lately about, why do I share? Why do I do what I do? Why did I start Gold Nutrition? And, one of the biggest things I want to share is that if you're struggling with things like making changes, new habits, new routines, setting goals, or just do what you feel like you need to do for your well-being or health, it's so unlikely that it's because you're lazy. It's probably more likely that you're exhausted. But exhausted, and I don't know you, I don't know if that's true, but in my experience, most people are not lazy. They're exhausted, or they're overwhelmed, or they're taking on too much. And, there's so much judgment going around. And then we add this other layer of judging ourselves. And it just doesn't help us. It just doesn't help us. And sometimes we just have to give ourselves grace. And sometimes we just have to be honest with ourselves about what it is we really need. And I don't know that I'm making that much sense, because I didn't really plan on sharing all of this right now, but I'm sharing it, so I might as well share. What I needed was to try to give myself room to rest. So I stopped making appointments at night, and I allowed myself to be in my planner or watch Netflix or whatever it was. And I took little baby steps when I could, like going for walks on my break at work, which I haven't done recently because work was so overwhelming. And that's another thing. Like, we live in a world that really doesn't allow us the room we need to take care of ourselves the way we want to most of the time. Like, do you get a break? Like, on paper you get a break, but do you get a break? In a lot of places you don't. A lot of people I work with really don't. And so that is a reality. And all these little stressors, all these circumstances, they all add together. And so if you can really look at it with, wide open eyes, the reality is probably that you are not lazy. That is not the reason you are not doing what you don't want to do. And after taking what's been almost a full year off from really actively pursuing most of my goals, or really writing it, tracking it, doing it all the things, I realized that's what I needed, because now all of a sudden I'm feeling like a bit more excited. And I ordered a Moxie Life because I watched a lot of videos about it. I think that from what I've seen of the system, it's going to be a good fit for me, because Sierra, who created it, is a life coach, and a life coaching, a lot of the philosophy, the compass assessment, a lot of that overlaps into health coaching. So a lot of that feels very comfortable to me. But at the same time, I thought it would be nice to have something guided, something that I could, prompts that weren't coming from me. I thought that would be nice. So I just thought the Moxie Life system would be a good fit for me. So I'm really excited to try it. But in the meantime, I'm still using my goal planning inserts from Jane's Agenda, and I still very much like them. I just wanted the full, thing that comes with that planner. Plus, you may have seen that this year, off and on, I was using a classic size lined vertical happy planner to map out my weeks, to figure out where there was space in my weeks to get the things done that I want to do that are beyond, packing up for school and being at work and picking up the kids and all that stuff, the other stuff. And so I ordered a lined vertical, a Moxie Life, because Happy Planner didn't come out with a lined vertical this season. And I thought that that system made sense for me in that this is going to show me where I can fit in the action steps for my goals and to help me not overset goals. All right. Oh, guys, this is so pretty. And I don't know if it's glaring on you. I apologize. If it is, I'm talking away. This is probably the most personal I've ever gotten in a video. Well, you'll have to tell me what you think of that. So here we are. Let's see if we want to put it in the Moterm. I don't know, guys. I don't know if I want it in the Moterm. I thought I did, and I really have been enjoying this Moterm, but I'm not sure now. Let me grab the a couple other things and we'll take a look. Okay, so I think I've decided that I want to put my Jane's Agenda vegan leather cover back on for this month. I think it's going to look really nice together. And I love this cover. I think it's amazing. So I think let's pop this on. It does have that hard plastic spine, which I'm not going to lie, it wasn't easy to get this off the other discs I had it on, but here we go. So the thing about Happy Planner discs though, they're thinner than, I was talking about this in my last video. They are like thinner on the edge than, you know, some other companies' discs. And sometimes things are wiggly on them that aren't Happy Planner punched. So I'm going to have to see how wiggly this ends up being. Because it was okay last month while it was in my Moterm, because the Moterm held it in place. And the other option is my Notique, which you would think I'd be dying to jump into. I am. But I kind of was waiting till December or even maybe January for that. I don't know, fall vibes. I always want like brown, tan, you know, burnt orange, like that kind of thing. All right. It's a tiny bit wiggly. I'm going to go with it, but I'll have to see. If it drives me crazy, then I might have to, because I don't have this with a ribbon or anything. We'll see. All right. But I love this cover. These are nice, like hard covers, but the vegan leather is so soft. So let's just finish her up and then we'll do a flip through. So I was thinking about putting this Ollie clip on here. I thought it would be cute. It is cute and it kind of gives it more of a fall vibe. Do I mind it in here? I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay. Then the tour card that came with the monthly cover club that this cover and stuff came from. This is the tour card. It does say September on it, but I might actually clip this here and then put sticky notes on top of it. I've been liking that look. So let's see. Okay, I had to stop the camera for a moment because I was struggling with the clip situation, because Ollie clips don't fit that well here. They put too much bulk and then it doesn't quite close right. And I had this really cool plan clip that was from Jane's Agenda actually, but I don't know. I had it for a long time clipped on there like backwards just to hold something on, and I think I stretched it out. So that wasn't working out. So I kind of added a few things here off camera. So I'll just walk you through it, because now we are going to do a flip through. But just to tie up the conversation I was having earlier and to make some kind of point, if you're struggling to get anywhere with planning, with goal setting, with doing what you feel like you need to do, shaming yourself, it doesn't help. Getting down on yourself, it doesn't help. And if you're trying to make any sort of changes, whether they're health changes, wellness changes, or any kind of changes in life, they can't come from a place of self-loathing. It won't work. It's no good. it has to come from a place of love. It has to come from a place of self-love and self-care and self-compassion. And that's can be very hard, especially all the confusing messages we get in our culture around some of those concepts. And yeah, that could be a whole nother video in and of itself. But all I want to offer is that I think any little thing that you do for yourself makes you amazing. And if you feel like you want to move forward and you're stuck, then sometimes the question, what's one little thing I can do to take good care of myself today? That can be a little way just to take a baby step forward, whether it's drink one more glass of water or get up from my desk and take a brief walk so that my back doesn't hurt and I don't have a headache at the end of the day, or whatever it is. It doesn't have to be running a marathon or writing a book or any of those things. If you're not ready for that kind of action, that's okay. It's so unlikely that it's because you're lazy. And I'm just going to leave it at that for now. Whew. Okay. Let's flip through this planner before I cry all over it. Actually, I was getting in all the feels and I was getting ahead of myself. We did not set up my wellness section, which I wanted to do with you. So let's do that quickly and then we'll flip through. So here's the start of my wellness section. So as I mentioned, I got these inserts from Fancy Plans Co. So I grabbed this happy memory keeping sticker book from the Happy Planner. I also grabbed this floral fitness book from Live Love Posh. So I'm just gonna do a little small amount of decorating. Look at this hack, you guys. I lost the cover of my tweezers and I kept poking myself on them every time I tried to get them out of my pen pouch. So I put this little eraser at back to school time. I got like a pack of these erasers for like 99 cents at Walmart and it works perfectly. As I've shared many times and was talking about earlier, I've super struggled to get back into wellness planning. And so, as I was saying, I've been giving myself grace on it, but I do want to get back into it. And so, oh, cute. So that's what I hope to do. Now, full disclosure, I'm setting this up on November 2nd, but that is okay. That is the truth. And I've not been having an easy time of sticking with it. But the time that I was the most successful with wellness planning was when I was doing my Gold Nutrition, what I was calling 5x5 challenge. And I think that might have another meaning and I really don't know what it is. So if that means something to you, let me know, because, but cute. Guess it doesn't really match with that. That's all right. Okay. All right. Let me pop back into this. There is a blue November in this. This is the wedding book from the Happy Planner. These Happy Planner books are old, so I don't know if they have them anymore, but I can link them for you if they do. What I think I'm going to use this monthly calendar for is to track steps, maybe. I've never done that on a monthly spread, and I think that would be fun. So I think that's what I'm going to do. But, the thing is that as much as I enjoy, that's kind of on an angle. The hard part is that there's, nope. No, that paper apparently is not amenable to taking the sticker back off. So that's what that is. That's okay. Oh, well. As much as I love decorative planning, and I do love it, I've decided that I just can't be beholden to it. So if I'm going to do it, which I want to do it all the time, but I just don't always have time to do it. I can't be dating a planner every time I want to use it. I don't want to just write it in. I want my planner to look a certain way, as I've talked about at length. So Here, I got to take these off the discs to do these numbers. Yeah. So I can't, yeah, I can't be bothered. But I bought these inserts because they're the style of inserts that I want, and I cannot find, I have not been able to find dated, printed in half letter size subject layout, which I'll show that to you in a moment. I'm going to go ahead and date this monthly. Gonna throw a little decor on here. Put this like this. Why not? I like her. Let's do that. Yeah, this paper is not very forgiving in terms of trying to remove stickers, so you really gotta be careful. All right, that's cute. And we'll do this under the November. All right. I wish these weren't shaded, but it is what it is. And we'll do this. All right. That's cute. Okay, and then very quickly, just a real quick setup of the weekly spread. So this is a subject layout, which is a layout I really like. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, you may have seen me using the Happy Planner Teacher layout and kind of altering it to try to be like this, which was okay. But again, I can't have to set it up every week. I want to have the option that if I want to decorate because it's fun, then I'll do it and I have the time. But if I don't have the time, then I want to have the option to just, whoops, I guess I'm feeling passionate about that. I just want to have the option to just go ahead and plan. But because I haven't really found a good fit for inserts yet, then I just bought these to try. So I'm gonna go ahead and set them up. Probably what would be smart would be to date every week ahead of time, but I don't have time for that right now. I had actually written on these before and then not used them, so you might see that I have a little whiteout down. Fancy Plans Co. doesn't sell dated inserts, and they're the only ones so far that I found printed subject layout like this for half letter. And I've asked this before. Somebody said squared plans, but squared plans were only printable, and I don't know that she had half letter size either, but I appreciated the suggestion. So if you guys have any suggestions of where I can look, I've tried looking on Elamon Paper Co. I think Infinite Lotus, Cloth and Paper. Jane's Agenda has something that's sort of similar to this. It doesn't have the lines, but it's also not dated. So I would love it if I could find that, because the reason I like it is because it almost functions visually like a habit tracker for me, which is what I like. Well, how I used this in the past was that I would say during my week, I had to spend at least 5 minutes 5 times a week on one of the categories that I put here. And when I did that, I did my wellness planning the whole month and I did the things. And honestly, setting 5 minutes as a goal, I often ended up doing way more than that. you know, it felt silly to only do 5 minutes, but sometimes all I had was 5 minutes, and then I could still feel accomplished in that I did it, and it motivated me to keep going. So if you're really having a hard time, that's something you could try. I'm probably going to, you know, try that challenge again for myself. Just to very quickly set this up, I'm going to use the icon stickers that are in this Live, Love, Posh that match. I'm kind of just going to continue that theme. Kind of just looking at, you know, the thing is, these stickers from Live, Love, Posh, they are for a classic size planner, and this is much smaller. But I think what I'll do, let me get the icons first, because in the way she has this book set up is that there are matching icons for each set of stickers. So that's it. That's it. So I'm going to track strength, cardio, stretching, or yoga. Either one I would count. She does have some yoga icons in there, but not ones that matched this spread. So that's okay. Read or maybe journaling, but probably more so focused on reading. I'm going to track my water intake, and I'm going to track my dinners. All right, now let's do a flip through. Here is my planner, all dolled up for the month of November, and I think I'm loving it. So let's take a nice look. So first of all, we have the vegan leather cover from Jane's Agenda, which I absolutely love. You probably saw this cover if you watched I believe it was my August setup of the half liter. And I absolutely love these covers, and they come in other colors too. They do all have the black spine, but it comes in black, brown. This is called cream, I believe. There's a dove pink, I think, and a blue that's really pretty. These are gold discs from the Happy Planner, and this is an Ollie clip. You can get those off Etsy. Then when we open her up, in frame, hopefully I am. This planner cover does have a pocket, which is nice. I have clipped on with these gold paper clips that I bought at Target a ways back. They look like that. You get a lot of them, so I love them. This was the tour card from that September monthly cover club. This was a little journaling card that Jane's Agenda had given out during their anniversary event. It was one of the freebies if you purchased then. So that's on top of some black sticky notes, really more for looks. I really don't use black sticky notes much because I tend to only carry one pen in my planner. Although in my planner pouch, I do have a white pen. But more than likely, I may end up throwing some other sticky notes in here somewhere. I might just throw a few random ones onto the my inbox itself. So let's get there. So we've got the cover and the card stock divider from the September edition of the monthly cover club. We have my inbox. I think what I'll do is just throw a couple until I have a chance to make a snap-in. I'm just going to throw just a couple sticky notes there so I have them to use. These were from Jane's Agenda. I really like them. They're cute. All right. I don't know. Well, we'll see. Then we have the cardstock dashboard from Jane's Agenda. My little rest of the year calendars from Erin Condren that I made a big old mess of. My goal overview pages from Erin Condren also, which I fell off with, but I probably go back and fill it in because I did accomplish a lot, and it's nice to have that to look back on. And I still have few more things I'm going to work on for the rest of the year. clipped it to a note page because this starts where I'm going to get into my monthly goals. So I haven't done my November yet, but I think that I'm going to use this page maybe just for November goals and do a separate one just for December goals. This was the page finder that came with that September cover club. This is going to be used for a brain dump if I didn't say that already. Then we get into my monthly and weekly section, which I've labeled as agenda on my cloth and paper glass divider side tab. I use side tab glass dividers from cloth and paper, and then I use top tabs to help me pull to the current part of each section. So here's what I call agenda, but it's, you know, my monthlies and weeklies. I have this beautiful vellum and dashboard from Jane's Agenda. All the dashboards in here are from Jane's Agenda because I'm obsessed with Jane's Agenda dashboards. Then we have my monthly spread, which is adapted from an Erin Condren A5 with the dashboard. And then we get into my weeklies. So this is my current weekly. This is a ruler from ARC, and that I've labeled as this week as the top tab. Here is the blank weeklies if you're interested in seeing them. This is the weekly number 8 from Jane's Agenda. They've been working out well, but I do think I'm going to try different Jane's Agenda inserts for 2023. Haven't quite decided. Then this top tab I still haven't labeled because I don't know that it makes sense the way I have it all, but I'm still playing. But this would start next month. I might just label it that for now, but it's all been working out fine for now. So this starts the next month, which, you know, here's December. So, whoops, so I have my monthlies. These are Flora inserts, or they weren't inserts. It was a soft bound planner that I ripped the pages out of and trimmed and punched, and it was a fun experiment, but I wouldn't do it again probably. It's a pain. And my weeklies for December, and I did put a little bit of January in here just because when you turn into January you have December 26th till January 1st, and so I figured I would still be using these, and yeah, so that's what I have there. Whoops, why is this here? That does not belong there. All right, so then this starts my wellness section. I have this really pretty vellum from Jane's Agenda dashboard. And then, oops, this would go into the current week. So let's move that. And so you saw me put this together. These totally don't match. I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I was just going with the theme that I knew I wanted to do because this seemed like the most fall of the options in that book. But yeah, it's really not a big deal. And if I want to, I can change that out as well. And then we have the monthly spread where I'm going to track my steps because I thought that might be fun to try. Although I just realized my Fitbit is dying, but oh well, I'm going to go put it on the charger. So I won't have good stats for today, but that's all right. So very cute. And then the very first weekly spread, which you also saw me put together. Yeah, we'll have to see how these work out. One thought I've had is Plum Paper does offer a layout like this, but they only do A5. And I've talked before about how trying to put A5 into half liter just doesn't quite jive, and you'd have to trim it down. And yeah, I'm trying to avoid all that. So we'll see. So that's that. So those were for Fancy Plans Co. Oh, whoopsie. Let me put my top tab in there. That was weird. Yeah, so you see like the side tab opens me to the section. And then the top tab opens me to the current week in that section. So that's what I like. That works well for me. So I apologize if you can hear it, but my printer has decided to clean itself, which is I didn't even know was a thing, but it's going crazy. And I went over there and it said it's cleaning. So, okay, I wish it would clean my house. All right. Anyway, so side tab, cloth and paper glass divider that says daily, and this beautiful dashboard from Jane's Agenda. And sometimes I like to use these note pages from ARC for daily pages, and sometimes I like to use these daily duo pages from Erin Condren. So I have a few of each of those in there. I don't daily plan all the time. Usually like once or twice a week, and sometimes I do it in my other planner, but I like having them there to use. And whoops, I'm missing something, I feel like. So here's the top tab for that. And then I've just had an extra, oh, here it is. It's hiding way back here. There we go. That's why I was confused. And then we have my notes. So I like being able to keep some notes in here, whether I'm watching a webinar or I started making some lists about how I'm going to decide on my 2023 planners. And I was thinking of making a video about that, about, you know, tips of the things that I consider when I'm trying to choose my planner now that I've been in the game for a couple years. So let me know if that would interest you. And that's it. I don't keep a top tab in the notes because they're mostly just lists and things. And then I have this clear pocket folder in the back that came in a Martha Stewart Jr. notebook. And that, oh, and the pen is from Villabeautifful, and it's beautiful. And it matches this planner perfectly. And I bought this one, I believe, is like imperfect, and I've never found anything wrong with it. Have no idea why it was imperfect. But yeah, so that is my half letter setup for November. It's beautiful. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Let me know what you think. Do you switch your covers up sometimes just for a little fun, just to spice it up? I'd love to hear all about it. Comment below, and I always answer all my comments, so I would be so excited to chat with you. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, give it a big thumbs up. I really appreciate it when you do that. And also, if you enjoy my content, I would love it if you would hit that subscribe button down below, ring the bell so you're notified of all my future uploads. And that is going to do it for this one, you guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye.